In this Wi-Fi practical training, I'm going to show you how to customize your MyWiFi Corporate Site. Kevin has previously done a video showing you how to install the site. As you can see in the MyWiFi platform, if you go to the members area and you scroll down to tutorial videos and you let the playlist come out, if you scroll to the very bottom, you can see there's actually 2 trainings on how to install the corporate site. So if you have not installed it yet, you may want to watch one of those videos, and when you're ready to customize it, you may come back to this one. But for this presentation, we're going to work on customization. As you can see, I already have the Wi-Fi partners theme uploaded, and we will work on customizing it. You can actually open it in another tab by going to visit site and right-clicking and going to open link in new tab, which I've done. So we'll take a look at what the site looks like now. As you can see, the site has very basic on it. There's no logo. As you can see, your logo here. All the other information is there. Color schemed. So we scroll down. Some of the things you may want to change is you may want to change your pricing table. I'll show you how to do that. And obviously contact information. So that being said, let's start looking at customization. We'll go over to the dashboard. One of the first things you're probably going to want to do is add a logo. The important thing here is up top you'll see we have theme options. These are all the options that you can change within the site. You can actually change more than that, but this gives you easy access to change things. First we'll go to the General tab. Here's where you can put in your logo. You'll see when General opens up, we see the Your Logo here. What you'll want to do is you can upload a logo directly from your computer. Once you click upload, it'll take you to media. We'll take a quick break. I'll show you media real quick. In WordPress you have a media library. So if we go to our library real quick, you can see that I've already uploaded a logo here. Simply add new, and you can either select a file from your computer or you can drag and drop a file here. So going back to General, we'll put in our logo. We'll choose it from the library. We'll click upload and we'll choose that logo, and you can see the size of the logo is pretty large. As you can see here, 800 by 202. That's not going to look very good on our site, but I'll upload it anyway and I'll show you how we can change it. So we'll select that. We'll save our changes. Once those have changed, you can go to your preview site and you can simply refresh. You can see here your logo here. We'll click refresh, and you can see we now have a very large logo there. So what we'll do is we'll go back and we'll adjust the logo. To do this, we'll actually have to go back to the media library, find the logo, which is right here, and we'll be able to actually change the size of this. So you'll just click on edit image. Obviously the length is 800. We'll make that 220, and you can see it scales it. Scale the logo. You can see the size of it now. And that's been saved. As you can see, it says image saved. So we'll close that box. We'll re-upload the logo to General. Upload. We'll choose the new one. We'll select it. You can see it's been edited. It's 220 by 56. Select that. Save our changes. And then we will refresh and see what it looks like. There you go. We can actually set the margin. I don't like the margin on the top, so we'll go back. We'll visit our theme options again. You can see we have logo width. You can see we have margin top. We have 0 here. So what we'll do is we'll make that 10. That'll be 10 pixels. We'll save those changes. And we'll go back and we'll refresh, and we should have a little bit of a margin at the top for that logo. As you can see, the logo's changed. We got a nice space there. Looks like it's a good size. So next we'll go back, and you'll see you can change your favicon as well. This is actually what shows up on the tab if opened in a desktop. The little logos you see on the tab. So what we'll do here is we'll just choose something to upload. We'll select that. And you can see you have Apple Touch icons, which you can also change as well. It's as simple as putting something into your library or pulling it from your computer. So you can upload, or you can choose from your media library and changing those. So we'll just save those changes. And that will now be changed on your desktop tab when you open it. Now, some other things that you can change the typography. In other words, you can change what type of font that you have. There'll be a whole list, and they'll show you what it looks like. So say we wanted to change it to, let's pick, I'm sure we have a Times New Roman somewhere in here. Or maybe not, but it doesn't matter. We can pick one. We can see what it's going to look like. We can save those changes. That's going to look a little funny, but you'll get the idea. So we'll refresh. And you can see all the typography is changed. You can also change the size, the pixels. You can make it larger if you like. I'll show you how much bigger it is then. You can obviously change it for the menu. This was just for the body. Set that back to Lato. You can change the color of the font. So if we selected a color, copy that just so we can set it back. But say we wanted to change the color, make it green. And obviously you can do this for the menu as well as the headings. I'm just showing you on the body. So we'll save those changes. And you can see now you refresh the screen. Lato's back, and it's now all in green. So what we'll do is we'll just simply set that back. And we'll put the pixel size back, 14px. We'll save those changes. You can also change styling of the site. The main color. This will be the color that you actually see when the site loads. So if we were to change it, I'll copy this. It's always a good idea to copy the hex code, because if you find a color you don't like and you decide you want to go back to the default, you can hit default, but if you copy it, then you'll get exactly what you needed. So say we wanted to change that to a red. So we'll save that. And you'll see as we refresh the site, once it's saved, you can see that red for the site load. Set that back. Next, you can change your blog settings. Here you can title your blog something other than blog if you like. You can change the color of the title. You can change your subtitle for the blog. Basically it says anything you want. We can choose a color for the subtitle. Right now we have it set as white. We can change the header background. Select a color. We can actually put in, let's keep it consistent on the site. We can choose an image for the background of the header for the blog if you'd like. You can repeat the background, no repeat. You can make it a parallax header, which is on by default, as well as background head cover. This will just kind of change the look of it. So we'll save those changes. Then we'll refresh the site and visit the blog. So we'll refresh. And as you can see, we're at the blog. Again, we can change that from saying blog, and you can see welcome to, oh, I forgot the O, but welcome to Social Wi-Fi blog is what I put in. Go back to the main site. Next, from blog settings, we can change portfolio settings. If we want, can change the footer. This is where you're going to put in your information. So we'll say 2016. We'll say I chose a social Wi-Fi guy. Change the address. Phone number. Email. And you can leave contact us, or you can change it to whatever you want. Get in touch. We can choose the color for the title. We can change that to whatever color we want. You can also change the subtitle of the footer. Best way to market your business. Save the changes. Once those save, you can actually go back and once you save those changes, you can go back and see, refresh your site. And you can see if we scroll all the way to the bottom that that's changed. It's now Get in Touch. Best way to market your business. And you can see the changes that I've made here. You'll also need to set up contact form 7. If you do a short code, you can do that there and set all that up. There's plenty of tutorials on contact form 7 and tutorials on short code, so I would look those up so you can make those work. Here's your custom CSS. You can change anything you want on your site. For instance, say we wanted to change the color of the headers. You can do this in just about any browser. Look at that header here, you inspect element. We can see that's a PTP plan. You can see the background color here. Most editors you can do this. You can pick a different color. Say we wanted to pick some sort of green. It kind of clashes, but basically all you'd need to do there is copy all of this. We only need that one part though. You can go back, put it all in, and delete the parts you don't need. This is already there, the text align, the font weight, the font size. All we want to change is the background color. So we just leave that there. Color, delete. If it doesn't change right away, you can always add, and this works for anything in CSS, important. Try not to overuse important, but if it doesn't change the first time, you just add important, save the changes. You can see now if we refresh the site, it should stay green, and we've changed the color green. Next we have SEO. You can put in meta authors, meta description, and meta keywords. There's also a and your Google Analytics code as well. There's also a plugin called Yoast, Y-O-A-S-T. It's like toast with a Y, which is really good at SEO as well, so you may want to look at that plugin. You can also control your social networks. As you can see, we have Facebook, Twitter, and Dribbble. You'll see those if you scroll all the way down to the bottom. We have Facebook, Twitter, and Dribbble. What you need to do is, if you have a Google Plus, simply put in the Google Plus URL. Same with Pinterest, Flickr, LinkedIn, so you can add all of those as well. Once you get your site the way you want it, you can actually export your options. As you see, you can copy, download your current option settings. This is a backup solution in case anything goes wrong. So if something happens to your site, you'll have all the settings. All you'll need to do is upload the theme again, and then you can import your settings here. You can save them from a file, or you can stick them on a URL and host them somewhere, but you can import those settings so you don't have to redo everything all over again, which I think is really helpful. Next, let's visit sliders. As you can see, all sliders. Slider 1, this is what's going to show up in the head of your website. As you can see, you have the image there. You can click on the image to edit or update it, so we can change the image. So if we clicked on the image, we can choose something else. We can upload something else for the image if we'd like from the media library, or just obviously upload files as we've been doing. You can also change what it says. You can see build a loyal customer network with social powered Wi-Fi, and as you can see on the head of the site, it's exactly what it says: build a loyal customer network with social powered Wi-Fi. You can change that to say whatever you want. Build a loyal customer network with social Wi-Fi guy. Next, I'd like to visit Layout Builder. This is important. Under Appearance, you have Layout Builder. So you click on that. This is where everything is. As you can see, features here. You can expand it, and it's just all it is a title here. You can create a subtitle. Features, like these are important aspects of Wi-Fi or whatever you'd like to say. You can see that we've selected the color here. If you look here, we have features, and there's the color blue. You can change this. For instance, say you had a green logo. Obviously, I have a black and white logo here. If you wanted to change it to match your logo, you change that there. You change it right here with the color selector. You can also change what it says on your site. You can see here it says ET text. Anywhere it says text, this is where the text is. Turn your free Wi-Fi service into an automated lead generating machine. Engage your customers on social media and gain valuable marketing data. You can see that is exactly the same thing that it says here. For those of you who don't know HTML, you can see BR is a break, so that's when you make a break. So obviously that changes it to the next line. As you can see here, engaging your customers in real time. Break, we help turn your customers into fans using social powered Wi-Fi. In real time, there's the break. We help it. So leave the breaks in there, leave the HTML in there if you'd like, or at least you know how to use the break now. What you'll do is you can change anything that it says here, anything it says down here. You'll see those as we scroll down. You see another text container, and this is where it gets a little. You can see where the source of the image is coming in. If you have another image you'd like to put in there that you have hosted somewhere, just grab the URL and replace the source file here in between the quotes. Put that HTTPS address where it's hosted. But you can also see this is where it says auto lead generation. There's your header. Turn your free Wi-Fi service into an automated lead generating machine. That's exactly the same thing it says here. There's your header, auto lead generation. Turn your free Wi-Fi service into an automated lead generating machine. So you can change all of this if you'd like under any of the images. You can even change the images. I'll show you if you like the images and you just want it to match the color of your site. I'll show you how to do that in just a second. But this is where you're going to find all your text. Occasionally, people have complained that some of the code has actually shown up on their site. In other words, when they put it in, they'll see basically HTML, kind of like the break I just showed you, with the brackets, and they don't know how to get rid of it. That does happen sometimes. I don't know what causes it, but you'll find all that in here. What you'll do is you'll just look for that somewhere in here. You'll find it. You'll delete it. That's easy enough to do. That'll get rid of all the code in there. But you can change any of this. Here's where your pie charts are. You can move those around if you want. You can reorder them. You can look at, you can see connect, social, engage, enjoy. That is actually right down here. Connect, get social, engage, enjoy. Obviously, it makes sense the order they're in, but if you wanted to add something else in there, that's where you would do it. So this is basically everything in. You can add things. You can add a pop-up video. Say you like the video that's in the members area. You can link to that here. You can just drag in, put a pop-up video wherever you want. You can put buttons, add buttons, counters. You can change all sorts of things. So say you wanted to, at the very top, have a pop-up video right before features. You pop that in here, and then you put, as you can see, we have a Vimeo video there, but you just put in whatever video you wanted, the URL for it, and you would have your video in there. You can take it out if you want. Say we don't want the video. So those are the things that you can add to the actual body of the site. And finally, one of the things that you're going to want to change that I actually played with earlier with the color, pricing tables. You see you have your pricing tables here. You have the starter package, small business, advanced. You can call them something else. You can change the amount you charge. You can change what you actually offer people. And where you do that is very simple. Scroll down and you will see pricing tables. Click on pricing. And you'll see they're all right here. Here's your starter. We'll call it basic. Small business, we'll say medium business. We can change one hotspot to 2 hotspots. We can say max 4 hotspots. So we can make whatever changes that we need here. And you can see that those will change once I save those. We can change the design if we want. Border radius, no rounded corners. We can actually round those corners. We'll round them by 4 pixels. We can change font sizes. You can see these are measured in EM. You can change them to PX if you want. It's just a different form of measurement for text size. We can change the button colors. You can see the button colors here. Again, you've seen me change these in different aspects of the this WordPress instance. So you just basically select the color, change it to what you want. Generally, if you have a color for your site and your logo, you should know that text color, the hex code for that color. If you know the hex code for that color, you can match it up to the rest of the site. You can also do custom CSS on the pricing table if you want. You see we've got some in here. You saw me change it earlier. As an example, I use this, but you do have your custom CSS specifically for your pricing table. So if you wanted to change a color, just grab that hex code, change it there. Just know what you're changing. That's the bottom border. The background color, you see me change, and you saw I added important. You can change the color of the text, the color of the background. All of that is right here for the pricing tables. So you saw the few changes that I made in the content. As you can see, we can change 197 to 297, 497 to 597, and we'll leave 997. But you'll see those changes will be made. I can update this now. So we'll scroll down to the bottom. We'll save it. You can actually save in preview too. I like to refresh the site myself. Then we can go. We can see the pricing here. We have starter, small business, advanced. Now once we refresh it, we should have basic, small business, medium business, and all the other changes that I've made. And there you can see starter went to basic, advanced went to medium business. We see our pricing changes here. We changed 2 hotspots, max 4 hotspots. It was 3. So those are how you make the changes to your pricing tables. And the one last thing that I did want to visit is, you see here we have our graphics, and they're all blue. There is a way you can change those. For those of you that know Photoshop, you can just download them and change them in Photoshop. For those of you that are not familiar or don't have Photoshop, there's actually an online photo editor which is very similar, called Pixlr. As you can see here, Pixlr. You do have to sign up for it, but it is free. And the nice thing is you can actually open an image from a URL. All your images on your site will have a URL once your site is set up. So you open an image from a URL, and you'll go back here. You'll go to Media. This is a little bonus for you guys to show you how to change it when you want to change your site colors and you want your graphics to match. You can pick any one of them. You can choose this one right here. Here is your URL. So you'll copy that. You'll go back to Pixlr. You will paste it in. You'll click OK. And now that it's brought up the image, you can actually expand that. So it's kind of in the middle. Easy way to do it is to actually just choose this wand here. As you can see, it shows that whole circle. You can grab the bucket. You might want to pick a color. So let's say we wanted that red. Or, you can actually do it RGB or web, which means you can also put in the hex code, as you can see here in the corner. But we'll pick a red. That's fine. Select OK. Grab your bucket and simply move your bucket over to the selected area. Click. Do the same thing. You can actually hold Shift and select both. So if you selected the circle, you can then hit Shift and select the kite or the paper airplane, and then you can select all those and then just go with your bucket, click your bucket, click, and you can see that it is now red. You can now save it, file, we can save it to our computer, and then we can upload it, and then you'll have the original version in case you ever want to revert back, and then you'd have the red version. Just throw a little bonus in there for Pixlr and show you guys how to change those images, and it's you can keep the same images, and it's really easy just to change the colors to match your site. And that is how to customize your corporate Wi-Fi site. And those are the basics of customizing your corporate MyWiFi site so that it reflects your business.